Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This is a little bit different. I've got some new things I thought I would show you. So in the post today I got the new 2nd edition Test of Honor Samurai miniature game, the rules box, and I also got myself the Samurai warband. So I figured what would really be cool is I should do an unboxing, because I haven't really done an unboxing for a while, and it's kind of what this channel was started on. So the rules pack is about £30 odd. I got this from Futsal Miniatures. I believe Futsal Miniatures do all of the casting and metal production for Great for Gaming, Great for Now. And Test of Honor is written and made by Graham and Andy Hobday, and obviously Andy Hobday has a lot to do with Futsal Miniatures and games like Baron's War and Mortal Gods and Gangs of Rome as well, I believe. So this is the main box. This is like what you need to sort of get into the game. Obviously it has a rulebook, a free miniature, your dice and tokens, and all of your cards. So it's about £30 odd, £35, and it basically gets you everything you need to start playing. Obviously you are going to need miniatures, and there are other companies out there that you can get miniatures from. So obviously in the box you've got some stuff, which is what was cool. So you've got your rule book, which is very nice. I've had a little flick through already, but we're going to have a little look at this in a little bit more detail. We've got the tokens, which you get 2 sets of, which is, I thought was really cool. You know, you've got your reloading tokens, your fate, your characters. Now, if you're familiar with games like Bolt Action, you'll kind of get the idea of how actions work in this game. You have your character tokens and you have your follower tokens, and you put them all into a bag, and your opponent also does the same, and then you pull them out, and that tells you what activates. But you get 2 sheets of these, which is pretty cool. Always nice to see when you get good quality card tokens, and I am assured that there's probably going to be third-party sellers out there that will make 3D printed ones, or you know, the plastic ones and stuff like that, if you really want a little bit more fancy token set. But they're there too. And then obviously we get to the sort of core. Obviously because I got it from Futsal Miniatures, and I spent over £40, I got my free miniature, which is kind of cool. But we'll zoom in and have a little look at that later on. So obviously in the main package we get our Samurai miniature, which we're going to have a little look at. So I'll put him to one side, and our wooden standard historical base, wooden base. 8 dice, and obviously the game uses its own set of dice, and it's very simple. Basically you need 3 swords, and that counts as a success, and if you have more crosses than swords, then that counts as a failure. And obviously if you don't roll 3 swords, then that obviously doesn't count as a success either. So you get 8 dice, enough for both of you to play, which is really good. And then you get a very big deck of cards, which covers everything you need in the game. So you get, there's a lot of cards. You get your retinue cards, all of your cards for your guys, and everything is here that you need. You have your, I think these are your honor and dishonor cards, so you get 10 of each of them. Then you have your injury cards. It's kind of cool. The artwork is beautiful, really is beautiful. And then you have your quests, and then you get your like a sort of skill cards, which is really nice. So, and obviously when you buy packs as well, you get additional cards. So it's really good, and it's nice to see that they come in a box. I remember having Test of Honor, the 1st edition box, which come with a load of plastic miniatures, and the cards were basically just put in plastic, and they weren't put in a box. So that's kind of cool that they actually are there. So the rulebook itself, pretty good. It's a nice little rulebook, easy to transport around, and obviously it is developed by Graham Davey and Andy Hobday, and miniatures are designed by Rob McFarlane and Star Wars. And yeah, lots of special thank yous, proofreading and painting by Jez and Darren. So it's pretty cool. And obviously they are, I believe, produced or made by Futsal Miniatures. So quite an in-depth game. Obviously you've got, what I really like from just flicking through, obviously you've got quite a lot of battlefield and scenarios, but you also have like things like character progression and like a little glossary and an FAQ, which is pretty cool to see, and then a quick reference section. So you've got a little bit of blurb about Japan in those periods. Obviously, if you've watched the new Disney TV show for Shogun, you'll kind of get a rough idea of the time frame that this game is set. And then there's a nice little glossary of some of the other miniatures that are available. And then it tells you what everything is, and you're preparing for your battle, and a good example of you know, what is a success and fail. And then game turns and actions. So it goes into quite some depth. Mounted warriors, so you can have an entire mounted cavalry army if you wanted. Obviously, multiple bases for your Ashigaru. Warriors, terrain. Really cool that these sets are available on their website. And other keywords, and then special rules and stuff like that. Skills and how you skill up. There is a picture of a samurai. There he is. So I assume at some time there is going to be rules and cards for Shinobi, which would be kind of awesome. So yeah, very impressed. The scenarios seem to be pretty simple. I believe it's played on a 2x2 set of terrain. So, you know, you can literally play this on your kitchen table or your local club. So, you know, you're not going to need much in the room, in the sort of region of space. And you just need a couple of buildings and some trees and stuff like that. So I think there's like sets you can get for terrain and stuff, which is like, I think they come in about £75, and you basically get like a farm and you just have to build it, which is kind of cool. I do believe the 7 Ronin, which is some really cool artwork, is available as an actual warband to buy. There's going to be another video after this where I unbox the samurai warband, so we'll have a little look at them. And then you get the sort of like your character progression and your dishonor and all of that kind of stuff. So you've got like an inbuilt campaign system, which is really cool. And then you've got your glossary, your deck building rules, and then obviously assembling your forces and the different types of forces that you can get. And obviously it shows off the other miniatures, which is cool. So yeah, very impressed. Very impressed. I believe these are free. There are some free downloadable rules up on Futsal Miniatures and Grey for now as well, that you can download for additional content. And then obviously you can buy these additional expanded rules, which come with another rule book and some additional cards and stuff like that. And then you got a little bit of an FAQ built in as well if you really need it. And then your quick reference, which is always nice to see. But that's pretty much this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at the miniature. And I'll zoom down and we'll have a little look at that. So the miniature you get in the set is the Unarmored Samurai. It does come in 2 parts, which is not too bad. I mean, it's just going to sit like that. A little bit of cleanup and that will come in. Now, I do believe that this miniature was 3D printed, 3D sculpted and obviously printed for the master and then cast up in metal. The quality is pretty good. As you can see, these are nice. Very nice. The level of detail is going to be good. He's definitely getting painted. Looking forward to that. A nice Unarmored Samurai. There are quite a lot of Unarmored Samurais in the set, so you can have a real good time painting their bright, vibrant colours and patterns and things like that that you often see in the show. And it's really cool as well. And obviously you get the little base that comes with him. Now obviously because I spent over £40, I believe it's £40, you get additional miniature, and this guy is for Baron's War, which is another game that Futsal and Andy make. and a game that I'm very much love. So, and this is I believe a king. I'm not too sure who, but he's pretty cool. It's quite nice, very regal, quite a lot of detail on him. And I believe Paul Hicks is the one that sculpts this. I could be wrong. You can correct me in the comments below if you otherwise. But yeah, pretty cool. So I'm going to be doing some painting on these guys, definitely on the Unarmed Samurai, because that is just such a lovely miniature. But that is all for this video. This is obviously Test of Honor, 2nd edition. Just thought I'd do a quick unboxing video for this, and yeah, and I will be doing some painting videos in the future, and I'm going to be getting some games in, and I'll probably be getting a bit more because they seem to be pretty fun to paint and to do. There is some really cool unarmed samurai and stuff like that, so I'm really looking forward to actually getting into it. But if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. You know, like this video, share it with your friends, drop a comment if you've been watching the show over on Disney Plus and you've got sort of found this game too, and let me know if you're the same. And yeah, and you can check out my members area and Patreon and all of that good stuff if you really want to support in other ways. You don't have to if you don't want to. And I will catch you all in the next video, which will be the Samurai Warband.